So, welcome to the show. And Jerry and I are joined today by JJ Lyttle, and I'm going to talk more about JJ in a second. But before I start, I'd really like to thank Tim McCann and Chris Ralph and the inspirational Connor Devine for the inaugural podcast. So, that was really well done. And also a big thanks to Paul McCormick of Amp Electrical for his kind sponsorship. I know, Jerry, your sentiments are the same.
100%. Yeah, it's great. Without that, the kids wouldn't be getting kits or equipment. So, a big thank you to all the boys.
So brilliant. So this is JJ Lyttle. So JJ is currently a skills coach and chef for UCL in Belfast. And JJ is going to be joining us as our regular cooking coach on the health section of the show. So JJ, welcome along.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be on. It's nice to see two faces I haven't seen in a long time. So it is.
So JJ, as you alluded to here, we have known you a long time. Jerry's known you a lot longer. You used to live beside each other.
Yep. We lived in Artillery House. It was a car block at the bottom of the New Lodge Road. So me and Jerry grew up from no height right up until obviously whenever he moved to Glengormley. He moved to the posh bit. We had to stick down there for a wee while longer than everybody else. But I got up to stay at his house for a few weekends and stuff like that, which wasn't too bad now, to be honest with you.
I was like your holidays, but then you were fortunate enough to move to Whitewell Road, God's own country.
And that's where I met you, and it all went downhill.
Absolutely brilliant. So JJ, tell us what you're doing with UCL at the minute.
Okay, well, UCL at the minute, we had 6 coffee shops up and running. I've been working with these guys nearly a year now. And what my job was giving people the skills to be able to, work in the other coffee shops, give them the skills to be able to learn how to cook. Even we were giving them the skills in the barista side things as well. And as people with disabilities or maybe like some mental health issues and getting them back into full-time and part-time employment. And the first one that we done was the ethos centre up in Ballymena. And that was where the conference facilities and all came into the coffee shop. And we ended up just working with maybe 2 or 3 of us right up till 8 to 9 people in the one shop. Now, obviously, the way things have gone in the current climate, we had to close them all, obviously because of the big social distance thing and the revenue and all that sort of stuff. But we've still kept some on. Now, UCL not only just bases on people with disabilities, obviously it brings employment for everyone as well. So for the past couple of weeks there, because I haven't been doing any cooking, I was in the factory shop. We would make all like say emergency bags for the police service in Northern Ireland, ambulance service, fire service, even in the UK. So we started making scrub bags for the NHS staff. So whenever they get changed in the hospital, they'll be able to put these clothes in the bag, tie a knot, and put them straight into the wash machine. So at the minute, we've just made just over 600, and we've another 600 in order. So I'm in between that at the minute and giving the Emmons a hand. And we've just got a deal with the DEFC now to organise 4,600 sandwiches every 2 days a week. And that's kickstarting from next week. So overall, they make beds as well. Some of them make mattresses, bed bases, and sell a lot of these beds out to bigger companies in Northern Ireland. So there's a big work pool. So even though I was pulled out of that sector, I'm still heavily involved in different things of what's just going around. And it's just an absolute great company and so satisfying working with kids, not even kids, even adults as well, who you can see a change in such a short period of time. One particular young lad, young Josh, he's wheelchair bound, so he is, and when he first came in, he was only 16 years of age, so I got the table sorted out and dropped lower for him for the till system, and he looked after the till. Now, he wouldn't have said boo to you when he first came on board, and I'm not joking. You see, within about 2-3 months, he started doing our football bats and everything on a Saturday night, so he did. And it's such an inspiration, a young lad to come out of his shell and and have a bit of crack and stuff like that. When I first met him, he said to me, and I met him in his home, he said to me, like, I like the crack. And I just turned around and I says, you don't realise what you're in for now. You like the crack. And ever since that, still talk to him on a daily basis. So overall, the whole cooking, the cooking coach thing is not only, it is healthy food for certain people and stuff. I had lost a lot of weight whenever I joined Slim and Work. So this was the whole concept of healthy eating. And I lost, I think it was about 3.5 stone, and the missus lost about 7.5 stone in a period of about 12 months.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
And that was the whole thing. And this is when I introduced it into the restaurant and all as well. You know, as you know, I had the restaurant in Sopranos and Lyttle as well. And I joined the concept, and I actually joined the slimming programs and got the whole concept of the food and introduced it into the restaurant as well. So that's the whole ethos of me and what I'm doing. It's just, and my young lad said to me last night, whenever I was doing the pizzas and stuff and wanting to hopefully getting it all put together to put it on the page, he says to me, "Daddy, why are you giving all these secrets away?" And I went, "Well, what do you think?" And he turned around and he says to me, "Well, like, should you not be keeping them just in case you ever want to do this again?" And I just said, "Listen," I said, "see if you can't help people and making food and showing people what to do," I said, "what's the point in it?" I said, "So see anything I know now, I'm just putting it all out there now."
Brilliant. And to be fair, that's the ethos of what we're trying to do here. And it sounds like you sell as a social enterprise are doing exactly the same. It's amazing. What do you say, Jay?
Yeah, 100%. Like the website, as we've alluded to before, is all about giving something back. You know, albeit I'm here in Spain, but we're going to be sponsoring a lot of teams, JJ. We're also going to introduce an exercise part of the website, and you know, we're delighted to have you on board to share your knowledge. You know, on my bio on Twitter alone, you know, it's knowledge, wealth, and happiness should be shared, and you know, that's what we live by. We're all grew up together, and you know, we're delighted to have you on board because it's all about giving something back.
Thank you.
So just on that, JJ, tell the viewers what you're going to have in store for them.
Okay, well, I've started up obviously on the Facebook, on my own cooking coach Facebook page at the minute. I've done a bit of a mixture of things. Treats would be like, so the dough balls and the pizzas. That would be like your cheat day. Now, cheat day, Simba, not cheat days, as far as you're concerned.
Cheat month,
Okay.
JJ.
I think you need to say that to George Flynn now.
No, listen, he hasn't changed that much. It's you I'm worried about now, to be totally honest with you. So basically, the first one of the really good ones was I just put on like the pita pockets with Cajun chicken and filled it with salad and stuff like that. Something quick and easy. I'm wanting to try and make some of these dishes in and around 15 to 20 minutes max. Be able to make a quick dinner, regardless why it's for the family or for it's just the one person who's maybe on the healthy eating side of things. And one of the wee tips that I just took, I mean, it's just funny, whenever you take things for granted, and one of the wee remarks was left on the cooking coach was the fact that I was able to wet the pita bread and put it in the toaster. And, you know, people always say to me when they're trying to cut pita bread, it's like a pig's ear. They can never get it right. Now, that's natural to me, but it's amazing how when people pick things like up like that and go, well, that's a great idea. Even dicing an onion. Whenever I diced an onion, my sister left a remark on my Facebook page to tell me, is that how you dice an onion? Now, I was embarrassed when I said that. Because obviously we all live together, and at such a young age, when my granny wasn't well, and I had to make dinners when I was maybe 10, 11, 12 upwards. You know, my mum had to go down and look after my granny, so me and my brother would have had to look after the house and stuff like that. And I couldn't believe that she was even telling me now that she didn't know how to cut an onion. I was embarrassed.
JJ, I watched it last night, and I was, again, the pita bread was the one that I can never get it. Always chips, it always breaks, you can't cut it. And then the onion, I was memorized by it. I was thinking, how easy is this? Where I used to cut the fingers of myself when I was doing an onion, and I had two pieces of handkerchief up my nose to stop it, where if you don't cut the root off, then none of that happens. No, too simple. So I've learned something by just watching your video, and I've no doubt the viewers and, you know, all our followers I'll take a lot away from what you're going to show.
Well, in fairness, I've just kick-started it off, Jerry, as I say, because a lot of people, to me, obviously are confined in their own homes and all now. Maybe getting to the stage, getting fed up with the same dinners all the time, maybe putting weight on, and maybe getting to the stage where they need to start maybe thinking about different things now. So this is the whole concept of being able to do this. And as you say, we were brought up together, all together. You should be helping people. And if I think I'm making a difference in someone's life, and that's just the way it's going to be from now on.
Brilliant. As long as you
again,
knife to cut that onion, JJ.
Sorry?
As long as you don't use your daddy's knife to cut that onion.
Here, I'm surprised you even know what an onion is. You'd have got somebody else to cut all the onions in your place.
No, that's the only thing I do. It's all the other work your dad does for me.
I've been referred to an onion a few times. JJ playing football.
I heard that. I was listening to
I
some
know.
of it last night, and you were in the bar and stuff like that, mental one, and then you were there, and then was it your father-in-law calling you an onion?
Yeah, when Debbie
Is he
first
still
told
calling
me
you an
she
onion?
met me. Well, not in football anymore. Well, I suppose he probably still call me that. But JJ, just on the note where you says about reaching out and helping people. From our last podcast where Connor Devine was on, we've had 2 people reach out who want to get in touch because, unfortunately, and they have been diagnosed with MS. So, if nothing else goes forward out of the first podcast, then we've helped 2 people. So, we were delighted.
Brilliant. That's brilliant, Jordan. I mean, 2 people is a knock-on effect on to more people on top of that, and more people on top of that. And it's regardless, even if you were, again, I go back into my job roles and stuff before I went to UCL. I mean, I worked in Hyde Bank Wood College, and I had some young lads that I worked with, and now they're cracking chefs. So I've worked with some of them young lads, and now they're qualified chefs. I give them the qualifications they needed and say the social skills. I mean, some of these young lads couldn't even make a cup of tea at one stage, Stuart. And stories that I could tell you would be unreal. And then these guys were coming out within 2 years on a level 1 and a level 2 qualification in cooking. And I still keep in contact with some of them young lads on a daily basis. So this is where it all stems from,
Yeah, fantastic.
Here, I just want to touch on your treat there about your dough balls because it brings.
I knew this was coming. Sure, go ahead.
No, but it brought back a memory. The last time we were in Sopranos, it was myself, Jerry, Minto, your cousin Jared Lyttle, our good friend Skin, and God rest him, Tommy Breslin. And we were sitting eating those dough balls. I only had 1, mind you. Jerry had about 5.
That's lies.
We said to wee Brezzy, I think you're going to win the league this year. And he's at court with his friends. He said, no, jumpers for gold posts, take each game as they come. But he had a wee twinkle in his eyes, he always did. And I think even they knew Minto and himself and Skin they were going to win the league.
Yeah. As I say, Brezzy's no longer with us, and that's a vivid memory. The last time we were all together as a group, and I'm delighted that you're going to be bringing the dough balls on the show. So I've been on the Skin a load of time, but I'd rather get it from you than him because God knows what it tastes like.
Listen, it's there's different gravy, or do you know what I mean? It's there's dough balls and then there's JJ's dough balls. You have to remember, exactly. I taught George how to make pizzas and dough balls.
There's no.
I know.
And then George said to me, do you know what? See, if you make pizzas and dough balls, you can work anywhere around the world.
Brilliant. I'm saying there's no point going to a monkey. You have to go to the organ grinder.
Well, this is something that you'll need to speak to him about. But as I say, I'll be coming over once all this lockdown's all lifted, and I'm coming over to Spain, and I'm going to show you how to make the dough balls personally, George.
I'm looking forward to it, JJ.
So JJ, give us an idea of some of the recipes you're going to come up with for the show.
Okay, well, one of the popular one was the pita bread with the Cajun chicken and the salad. Then I done another one again, which was I used minced beef and pork fillet and rolled it like a Swiss roll and dry roasted it. That was a quick and easy dinner, obviously, for if you wanted a nice hot dinner. One of the biggest ones and the biggest hits that I got on the cooking coach was I done like my wee girl was going on about Nando's chicken this, Nando's this, and it's closed. Put my head clean away. Right now, I don't mind Nando's, to be honest with you. I says, right, okay, no problem. I says, I'll make it for you. No, you'll not be able to make it the way it is. He says, listen, I know exactly what way these guys do this. So anyway, went and bought the Nando bottles of sauce. And I had to buy 2 chickens because my wee lad's 6'2" now, so he would eat nearly a chicken himself. He's only 18 in the race. But anyway, so I got the chickens, turned them upside down, opened them up a bit, lit a wee barbecue out the back, a wee 15-pound barbecue. None of these are big high spenders. No, just a wee small barbecue, wee gas barbecue. He goes, what are you doing? So I put the sauce all over it, garlic granules, seasoned it a bit. And I'm not joking you. I left it on the barbecue. I didn't turn it. I left all the bones in it. Didn't turn it around. Didn't move it. Just closed the lid, Simba, for 2 hours. and I took it out, and I'm not joking, I flipped it over, all the bones, it was all black. But see, once you peel the bones off, the chicken was so moist. Now that's a healthy dish. I mean, you could do it just plain. You could just do it with a bit of garlic granules, and I just wanted to put the sauce on it, and I'm not joking. It was the worst thing I've done, because you see now, it's at least 1 or 2 nights dinners a week in our house now.
Yeah. I'm salivating. I might call up later. I'm sad at the bottom of your fence.
So again, that's on the Cooking Coach Facebook page. You can have a look at it and see what you think. But that was one of the biggest hits. That and the pita bread, I think, got over, I think it was just under 3,000 hits.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
And JJ, you know, if any of our viewers or if they want to write into the website and come up with other maybe pasta dishes, you can come up with recipes.
Yes,
if people want some.
Yeah, the whole thing now is, Jared, I mean, I'm going to be doing like the chicken pasadas, I'm going to do the bolognese, even the basic bolognese. Some people don't know how to cook, you know, and all I want to try and do is simplify things for them and how it can be done in quick and easy time. I just done a seafood carbonara there yesterday. I would go out sometimes and help people with their businesses as well, you know, and that I find maybe areas or stuff that they can improve on and how I can make it more efficient. And I'm working with this young 19. This is amazing. This young 19-year-old, his daddy owns a garage, and the young lad is not afraid of work ethic. Sometimes you'd find 19-year-olds and stuff like that, there's no work in them. This young lad's working from 7 o'clock at night to maybe 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So he'd asked me to give him a hand to go down. And believe it or not, what I'm doing now on a Friday and a Saturday night is I'm doing Chinese food.
Right.
And it's just me and him and another young lad. And this young lad's been getting taught through a Chinese guy and doing different dishes. And this is only his past 3 weeks. Salted chili chicken, honey chili chicken. I'm doing the Lyttle and the Sopranos chicken burgers. I showed him how to do all those. And it's absolutely flying for him now. You know, so I'm helping that young lad do something that he wants to do. Yeah. Not on his daddy's back and hoping his daddy's going to do this. This young lad's putting the graft in. And so this is what I'm talking about. It's not even just the fact that maybe making dishes. It's the fact that people who have businesses, excuse me, businesses that maybe need to be, there's certain problems that need to be identified and maybe they don't know what way to go about it. And that's what I've been doing. I even know that when I finish the teaching side of things and my knowledge, and not just saying it, my knowledge in the restaurant side alone, you know, that I can identify certain things. And, you know, as I told you before, when I had the Sopranos, I mean, I done the Nickfoot catering in down in the Dunkirk Gardens, and that brought in so much revenue whenever we hit the credit crunch things and the deliveries and stuff like that. So it's all about identifying different things and trying to help. And again, helping other people, Jared, you know? Yeah.
So JJ, you're basically acting as a consultant. So if anybody wants to reach out to you, where do they find you?
Well, at the minute they can find me on Facebook. I'm just in the process of getting the website up and running. They can come through you guys also. So if there's any links, we can maybe drop the Cooking Coach NI on your links. So that'll be something that they can always tie in. And regardless, some people may think it's so trivial or so stupid, but it's not. Because if it's a problem to them and somebody helping them, or maybe somebody on the outside of a business, Simba, and looking into a business, sometimes can see a lot more things what's going on in their business when they're engrossed in doing what they're doing. And
yeah, they're too close to it.
Yes, and they're not seeing the wood for the trees. So at the end of the day, that's the whole thing about it. That I mean, the helping side of things, that I've just turned the corner now and I'm just going, well, do you know what? I have knowledge. If somebody wants help in anywhere down the lane, regardless what it is, in the catering side of things, it could be takeaways, it could be coffee shops. Them coffee shops that we had over in like the Ecos, so we took on the Belfast Zoo, we took on Lady Dixon Park and the stables. I went in and helped develop them, got them open. The Ecos one had been closed for a long time. And within a space of about 8 to 10 weeks, we had a health inspector coming straight out. We didn't know, straight out, got 5 stars right away. Because all the right paperwork, all the things that chefs sometimes let themselves down with. And we got 5 stars on the stables as well. So all that sort of thing, all the HACCP records, all that, you know. So anybody out there wanting any help, if you want to go through these guys, or they want to go through JJ Lyttle on Facebook or Cooking Coach on Facebook, it doesn't matter to me. If somebody needs help, I'm here to do it.
Brilliant. And that's Lyttle, Lyttle.
That's correct, yes.
So JJ, I really appreciate you coming on board, and we're looking forward to your recipes. And honestly, on behalf of Jerry and I, superb. Really looking forward to it.
Listen,
Yeah,
thanks.
JJ, me as well. Yeah.
Listen, thanks very much, guys. And now, hopefully, we don't leave it as late night and maybe catch up and speaking. So, remember, Simba, if you need a wee recipe for good pizza dough and dough balls, you know where I am now, okay? I know you'd be the chief taster, but at the end of the day, I'm getting the George sending that plane over for me to clack me to bring me back over to it again. And you know, have a wee look around.
I'm working on it, JJ. Hopefully, the next time I see you, I'll be out here in sunny Spain.
Ah, brilliant, brilliant, Jared. And as I say, anything that you need, guys, anything at all, no problem. Thanks very much.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
And okay,
Cheers,
and after
JJ.
the break, then we'll have Lee Feeney and Gary Peebles on the show. We're really looking forward to that. Thank you.
All the best. Thanks, guys. Stay safe.
And you.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Today, Jerry and I are joined by Lee, the Golden Child, Feeney, and Gary, I'll kick anything and move Peebles. How you doing, lads?
Well, I'm doing all right until the introduction there. Golden Child against I'll kick anything.
Gary, I'm only doing what Jerry Flynn told me to do. That's all I'm doing.
Well, if you're Jerry Flynn, because he was always tucked away in the left back area while I was firing through the middle.
If it's any consolation, Gary, you were my favourite player at the Blues, and I mean that.
Ah, brilliant.
There you are. And I
Appreciate
mean
that, Feeney. Appreciate that.
You're a lick, Feeney.
well, listen, it's say how it is.
He's just saying that because I'm from the island. Next week I'm going to hunt him down if he sees anything less.
There you are.
He's already had 12 beers. Can you see him? He left another one here.
Feeney, I think you're having a light refreshment as we speak. Let's have a wee look.
Here we are. Look, it's San Miguel. It's for Jerry. It's a wee beer. I haven't had a beer with Jerry in ages, so it says I'll have a wee beer with him.
We've got 2 cups, but there's whiskey in one and brandy in the other.
I wouldn't drink that stuff.
The boys tell us a bit about themselves. Do you want to give a wee quick intro? Tell us a bit about them from your perspective.
From my guy?
Yes, from yours, Jared.
Well, we'll start off with Gary. Obviously, played against him for Cliftonville against Linfield, Portadown, and also Newry. It was quite humbling to hear, and Gary will probably touch on it in the show here, because when he played at Newry, one of the things that he did say, he had a wee financial issue with him, but he did say, look, the people down there are fantastic, and a lot of people do say that. Feeney will back me up on that as well, but it's, you know, the people behind the scenes at Newry are fantastic, and to this day they still say the same thing, you know. And then going to the Golden Child, played against them, managed them, or mismanaged them, maybe we can do a better statement, but no, 2 fantastic players, and you know, it's great to have them on today to share their memories and some stories, hopefully.
Brilliant. And I can't wait to hear some of these stories. But firstly, Lee, over to you. Tell us a wee bit about yourself. Give us a short bio.
Well, I might as well say I've been playing football my whole life. I've been involved in football. It's the only thing I've done. I've stepped into a bit of management and coaching now. I was manager there for a couple of years. I was loving it, and then I started getting obsessed with that. But you know, football's been my life, and obviously now I've settled down with maybe a wee bit later than I should have. I've got a family now. I'm due to get married next year. So no, listen, things are good in my half of my life and everything else. So I'll stay involved in football. I'm still playing at the minute while I'm not managing, but hopefully next year I'll maybe take that done step again and try and be a manager again.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, here's you learned from the best with Jerry Flynn.
I definitely did. He was, and this is God's honest truth, when he came into management, it was a different approach from anybody I'd played under. There was no stone unturned. Everything was fine combed, every detail. We went on the pitch and we knew what our job was, and he was a great manager to play with, and he had great staff. And I'm not saying that because he was here, I always said it. I did enjoy my football while I was there, I think I left when I shouldn't have. And Jerry was doing everything to try and keep me there, and I think it was my stubbornness and just sort of lost my hunger then. But no, I regret leaving Uri and not playing under Jerry longer, and that's definitely something I stand by.
Gary,
Thank you, Lee. He was some crack. Mental wouldn't let me get rid of him. I tried to get rid of him about 6 times. Benjamin Button wouldn't let me go. No way. I have no partner for going out to Spain with.
So, Gary, tell us a wee bit about yourself.
Well, in terms of Irish League, I played football in Scotland with St Mirren, went to Partick Thistle, was getting in and out of the team, get a chance to go out and launch to Portadown. Knew nothing about Portadown or Irish League. Had 3-4 months here, must have did something. Jim Emery got on the phone when I come to the Blues. To be honest, I was a bit unsure. I had a wee chance to go down to England, a wee chance to go to Sweden. I went over and spoke to them. To be honest, they offered me a few quid, which is always a Brucey bonus, so that helped. Plus they had won the league, they're in the European Cup, and I thought, I've got nothing to lose here. Let's go for it. 2 year, full time, trained at my local club, St Mirren. So it was a win-win situation for me. Okay, so signed with Linfield. Bottom line is they offered me a 2 year contract with a few quid. I could fly in, fly out, put me up in a nice hotel in South Belfast, get lifted and laid basically, picked up for the airport, etc., etc. They're in Europe. We had a fantastic season. We went on and we won 4 trophies, won the treble. I scored the winning goal in the League Cup final, winning goal in the Irish Cup final, man of the match in the 2 of them. I mean, you couldn't make it up as Jerry was famously quote, It was just one of the fairy tale seasons. We just had a squad of players that were hungry, talented, we were organised, we had experience in there that knew when the going get tough, we could put it about, and we had guys who could score goals for fun. The disappointing thing is we didn't go in the following season and carry on, because really, with all due respect, we should have dominated the Irish League for the next 3 or 4 seasons with the squad that we had. But it just didn't work out.
Gary, I remember Dynamo Tbilisi get thrown out of the Champions League or Europa League, and Linfield get back in against Copenhagen?
Oh, that was unbelievable. We went over there, and we were the first Western team to play since the breakup of the Russian state, and then obviously the English teams had been banned for Europe. So it wasn't on. So we went over there. We get the biggest doing I've ever had in my life, and how we came away for 2-1 is unbelievable. Wes Lamont had the game of his life. Unbelievable he was. And we come back to Windsor, and the funny thing was the Dynamo Tbilisi boys were staying in the 40 Crest Hotel, and without a word of a lie, I was down for breakfast one morning. There wasn't a thing left. They had scoffed a lot. There wasn't a yogurt, there wasn't an apple, there wasn't a banana. They absolutely cleaned the place. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? We drew 1 each, and then I flew home, and I got a phone call from Big Eccles saying, we're back in Europe. They've bribed the referee. What do you mean they've bribed the referee? They've offered them a couple of fur coats and $5,000 US. We're back in. And we played Copenhagen, and well, that's another story. What a night that was.
3-0 up in the first leg, if I remember rightly.
3-0 up. Probably one of the best European Linfield performances in the history of the club. Absolutely outstanding that night. And to be honest, naively, we went to Copenhagen and thought we almost needed to turn up and we'd get a result. We were 2-0 down after 28 minutes, getting a batter. We managed to get in half time. And again, a wee bit of the experience, a wee bit of reality kicked in. And we basically shut up shop for the second half. They got a foul. History says it was 6 minutes. I don't know, but they got a foul. Boy hit a postage stamp free kick. We were dead on our feet. Extra time, score the goal, and we're out. And the ironic thing was the AC Milan in the next round. Now AC Milan with Van Basten, Hullet, Rijkaard. It's stuff of dreams, but it wasn't to be. But it was a great adventure.
Who gave the free kick away, Gary?
I'm not going to mention any names, but I think he played midfield, went to Glenavon. I think he's bald now. Lead off.
What a player he was, by the way.
To be fair, you're right, and you know what? Probably me and Lee didn't really hit it off at the beginning because I probably came in and was seen as a kind of direct replacement. Because Lee had been there for a number of years. He was a very popular player, very good player. And I came in and I probably took his position. But thankfully, Lee, being the professional he is, he got his heat down, he worked hard. He played many games throughout the course of that 93-94 season. And he actually thanked me at the end of the Irish Cup final. He was a substitute. And Big Spears, he got injured, and I was fairly versatile. Started back and played centre half for the last half hour of the game, and Lee got on in midfield. And he actually thanked me. He says, "Look, I really appreciate you being able to go back to centre half and got me on, you know." So every cloud is a silver lining.
I was lucky enough when I was 15. I was lucky enough to be involved in them squads with them boys. I trained with the first team, and I got a chance to. Obviously, Gary was my hero in the Blues growing up, but I got to train with the first team. Many's a time got involved in a few squads, and I got a debut at 15, but the game got wiped out because it got abandoned with bad weather. At 15, it came on against the Glens. But it was a pleasure to be in that squad. I don't know if Gary remembers it, a midweek league match, or League Cup match, a quarter-final against Glentoran. And Glens were winning 1-0, but the weather was atrocious. And at that time, you only allowed 3 subs. But I come on ahead of like Paul McGee and someone else. And I think Gary might have been playing in midfield. And I get a chance to come on. 20 minutes into the game, and I got abandoned. So that was my debut gone. It didn't count, but it was an absolute pleasure to be in that squad at 15, turning 16.
That's some achievement, Feeney, to be, you know, that age and getting into the first team, because as you know yourself, Irish League, sometimes some of the managers find it difficult to blood the younger players. They're always looking for experience and boys that have been through the mill. And sometimes it's the old adage, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And clearly you were good enough and, you know, went on and had a good career.
Fair play to Trevor Anderson. He made some strange decisions like in his career, but he gave me my chance that time.
Feeney, you were a wee bit like George Best. Your career started at 15 and ended at 23. Same sort of time scale.
And he's still continuing with the George Best anyway, the pint of lager there.
Well,
my woman's looking at me in disgust, going, "What are you doing drinking a beer?" I said, "I've been drinking a beer every day at this time, sitting." And she goes, "But you're doing this here." Listen, I'm not going to change for nobody.
No, quite right.
You first onto the scene, as you say, really young. I remember you as a Cliftonville fan, and you were absolutely exceptional.
Who, me?
You.
I love football. I played like I was in the street. And I'd done that for years and years and years. And then I'm not making excuses because it was all down to me. Everything where I failed and didn't push on to what my ability had for me or what my talent had for me. But mentally, obviously, I wasn't ready for it. But then I just changed. And it was to do with Rangers. It was a different type of football. You couldn't take more than 2-3 touches on the ball and everything. Well, I loved running at people. They're brought up where do not give the ball away, do not give the ball away. So I lost my bravery, and I lost my ability to try and maybe take players on. So it was touch, pass, move, and everything like that. I don't mind that football because I can adapt to that now that I'm headstrong for it. But when I just went there, I just felt like this isn't working out. I'm not getting the freedom. I'm not getting the. But Dick Advocat was maybe trying to teach me the other side of football, and I didn't maybe do it. And maybe I feel sometimes the managers at that level should have one-on-ones with the players and maybe explain them what they're trying to do, because at that age we don't know and we think we know it all, and sometimes we need a wee bit of guidance. And I think nowadays, if I was to be playing football nowadays, I think now there's a whole lot of clubs and managers that go out of their way to make sure the kids are heading in the right direction and keep an eye on them and nurture them and give them that guidance. But in them days, it didn't. Like, it just, you were left on your own there to go and try and adapt.
Feeney, they nearly signed you for what they seen you doing for Linfield, and then when you got the Rangers, they nearly tried to coach that area and change your game.
That's the way too.
You know, yeah. Tell us about when you first signed. You actually didn't go to Scotland, didn't you? Fly straight to America.
Yeah, but I went over just in the trial in November. Come back and they said they want me to sign. So over on the 1st of December and signed. They said to me, bring your agent with you. And I went, I don't have an agent. And they go, you need one for this contract? I says, look, can I bring my dad? So this is, yeah, go ahead. So I brought my dad, done a tour of Ibrox, went in and Dick Avocat took us in the office, read out the contract, and Dick Avocat goes, I'm going to step out of the office and give you a wee bit of time to talk about this. And I went, yeah, no problem. Dad goes, no, nothing to talk about. He's signing it. And I was going, could I not get something else out of this? He goes, you don't mess about with Rangers. When they ask you to sign, you just sign. So I was speaking to a lot of boys around my age, and there were 17-year-olds on the same contract as me. And I could have held out a bit more. So once I signed, anyway, Dick Avocat starts throwing things at me. There's a club car, I'll get you a sponsorship deal. I'll add more on your sign-on fee. I was just going, Daddy, I could have got more. And he goes, don't be greedy, Lee, don't be greedy. And but yeah, so I flew home that night then. And then it says to me, you'll be reporting to Florida on the 5th of January or something. There's your flight details flying into London. So I went straight to Florida from there. And this is a true bill, we had to stay in a hotel in London because the rest of the team were flying from Scotland. So I flew from Belfast to London and went into my room, and I says, I'm just checking into my room. They go, oh, yes, the other person's there. I went on up. It was Andre Gonçalves lying in the bed, so it was. straight in with him, and he was on the phone for about 4 hours talking Russian to someone. I felt like going, you shut up to watch this TV. But no, that was straight in at the deep end.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Here, Feeney.
Yes.
Paul McKnight was telling me a great story. Gascoigne was there when he was there, and the club had given him this new car, or he had got a signing on fee. Because I remember we had Paul down in Newry, but he could never come back from the injury he had. But he was telling me he got this new car, and he was driving into training one day, and he just stopped at the lights. But who pulls up behind him? But Gascoigne and a big 4x4, and knocked him out onto the middle of the road.
That's what happened.
All the damage was on the back of his car, and Gascoigne just pulls out a wad and says, "There's a grand away, get it fixed." But he had knocked him, and everybody was bumping the horn with Paul because he was in the middle of the road.
That's what happened. They were heading the training ground wasn't built yet, so they met at Ibrox and they had to jump in their cars and go to the training ground. So Paul McKnight was at the red light and Gaza was right behind him, and Gaza kept nudging him out on the road. And he had McKnight had a wee Suzuki Swift, and he was trying to pull the handbrake up and put the apprentices in the car laughing, and Gaza just keeps bumping him out onto the road. And then when they get back in the changing rooms, Gaza threw him a few quid, says, "Get that fixed."
Oh, mental.
That's a guy you want to get on this show, is Gaza. He can tell you some stories.
Here, I want to hear about Amoruso. You have to tell the Amoruso story.
Oh, well, that there didn't go down well. Ever since day one, we fell out, but then we patched it up. But when I had just signed for the club, they just put you in the spot there. The Rangers newsman comes, he goes, "I'm just doing a player profile here for the match day programme now tomorrow or and Saturday." I was going, right. And then he says, "Who's the worst dresser at the club?" But down everything, and I says, "Lorenzo Amoruso. The man wears woolly jumpers with pictures of sheep on it." So no, just off the cuff, you're just having to try and have a bit of sense of humour. I was only at the club. I'd only been in that Florida trip, and then that was me straight back in. So the day of the match, I was in the squad, and Amoruso comes up to me and goes, you, starts giving me a mouthful. And I goes, "What's wrong?" He goes, "You, look, we got the programme open, flicking through the pages, stuttering and all." He goes, "There, look, why are you saying the worst dress? Look, I'm not worst dressed." And I started going mad. Ian Ferguson stepped up and goes, "Hey, Amo, away you, blah, 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 leave him alone, you big blah, blah, blah." But ever since then, me and Amoruso, we didn't really get on, but we ended up we had to sit in certain seats for lunch. I was stuck beside him. But we ended up obviously getting on well because the two of us were dating two best mates over in Glasgow, and we used to go out together. But that was a dodgy start. I think he was near enough the club captain at that time.
What about you guys? Surely you've got stories. I know you've got one about Kevin McKeown.
Oh, that's a classic. Now, as you guys don't know, I was fairly high profile. You know, I played Linfield with were successful. I was flying in, so Scottish boys always had a wee bit of a profile because we were flying in. We were getting a few pound more than the local boys, so that sometimes caused a wee bit of friction. But so I think we played Crusaders on the Saturday, and Big Kevin, cracking guy, tremendous goalkeeper as well, really, really cracking guy. Came to Newry later on with us, and good lad.
Right.
Anyway, we played them. We got a bit of banter at the game. I'm sitting at home. Phone goes on the Wednesday. This Irish accent. I speak to Gary Peebles speaking. My name's Michael McNamee. I'm one of the directors at UTV. We're looking to do a thing in the Jerry Kelly show with regards players flying in, flying out, Scottish players. He said, we'd really be keen, we know that you play with Linfield, we'd really be keen in you getting involved. And I was like, all right, okay, no bother. He says, look, just a quick courtesy call. I'll get back in touch with you on Friday for more details. It won't be to the following Friday, but we'll get back in touch with you, no bother. So here's me thinking, right, I'm getting on the Jerry Kelly show, this is the Terry Wogan of the North here. And I'm going, right, okay. So I'm telling the wife, met a couple on holiday in Northern Ireland the year before, phoned them, I'm going to be on the Jerry Kelly show next week. I'm doing a thing on Scottish football players. Now, without a word of a lie, Friday night, when it's due to be on, I'm in the hotel. The guy phones me back and he says, look, a taxi will pick you up 6:15. You need to be down at the studios for 6:45. He says, we'll get you introduced to Jerry and the rest of the crew. He says, and then we'll do the wee interview. He says, and job's a good one. I says, right, no bother. So here's me. I've got the best suit, shirt, tie, the full bifter. I'm sitting in the Fort Crest Hotel. Honestly, the taxi draws up. You will know this because you live there. VIP taxis, right? I'm like, VIP taxis. So I jumped in the taxi. I was away down to UTV studios. Goes in, goes up to the desk and I said, hello, Gary Peebles, Linfield, I'm here for the Jerry Kelly show tonight. So we receptionist is looking through going, Gary, I don't see your name. I says, no, I'm definitely on. Michael McNamee phoned me because he's a director. And she's like, Gary, I don't see you, but if you hold on a minute, I'll go and get someone. So this guy came out with the headphones on, and he reckoned, he's like, Gary, how you doing? I said, not bad. She's like, I'm not doing a show on Scottish footballers. I says, what do you mean? I says, Michael McNamee phoned me. I says, I've just been picked up with a taxi. He's like, no. He says, we're not doing. He says, we'll get John O'Neill, the ex-Northern Ireland International. He's on tonight, but he says, nothing in Scottish footballers. I said, really? So I was like, right, okay then. He says, look, we'll get you a taxi back up the road. Did they not just phone VIP taxis again? They come and pick you up. Take me back to Dunmurray, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah. Who's that? And I get a message through the reception. Kevin McEwen's on the phone for you. And he's like, how did your slot in the Jerry Kelly show go? And yeah, bandit. Absolutely true as I sit here today, I couldn't believe it. I'm telling everybody I knew in the North of Ireland to watch the Jerry Kelly show because I was on it.
Brilliant.
Classic.
My battery near went dead there, lads, sorry.
Yeah, like them wee shorts, you know.
You like them wee shorts?
They're cheeky wee numbers.
You wearing them for a bet?
They're my woman's.
So, Gary, tell us something that people won't know about you.
Well, funnily enough, there used to be a guy, I think you don't know him, a guy, Gary Ellis, he wrote for the Ulster Star. He did all the football bits for the
I know the name.
local guys. Really nice guy. So he used to, a lot of times after games at Windsor, he would drop me off up at the hotel. But he was the agent in Northern Ireland for Eric Bristow. So Eric Bristow, as you know, is a very, very famous darts player. So I think we played a quarter-final of a cup one night. Can't remember who against. We won 3-1. Gary says, I'll give you a lift up. He says, but I need to go up to the Linfield Supporters Club in Lisbon. He says, because Eric Bristol's doing some exhibition matches. And I was like, right, okay. So we go in. Eric Bristol's thrown a few darts with Linfield fans and the punters that were in the club. And he says, look, I'm going to drop these off at the hotel. Brilliant. So next minute, here I'm getting introduced to Eric Bristol. You know, the guy's probably one of the most famous darts players, certainly at that time. Next minute we get into Lisbon, we're in the local Chinese, he's ordering up Chinese, he's paying for it. Everybody's going, there's Eric Bristol. I'm like the wee lost boy, you know what I mean? I'm like, what's happening? I go back to the hotel, next minute, we're sitting in the pool room, eating the Chinese, drinking pints of lager, playing pool, having the crack of our life. And I'm sitting going, this is Eric Bristol. And he's just down to earth guy. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So me and Eric Bristol sat and drank about 6 or 7 pints of lager, played a few games of pool, ate a Chinese. He went to his bed, I went to my bed, never seen him again. What a night, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Great man. Feeney, what about you? Tell us something people don't know about you.
Something personal.
Anything.
Anything at all.
Just keep it clean.
I would say I'm very, very, very emotional. Like I would cry. I'd probably cry when we come off this.
You're in good company.
Listen, as soon as I hear a lovely song in the background or something, I would cry in an advert and films or driving the car. I'm really, really bad. Like even my wee daughter, she's 4 and she has to tell me to catch myself on and all. Like there are things that, like, and personally, like I'm very, very emotional. I think the older I get, the more emotional. Yeah.
You know, do you still burn any of the furniture or anything or clothing when you're any partying? No.
Of course I do. I'll tell you.
Do you remember Andy Coleman? He used to go down to your house on a night out and then go back in his boxer shorts the next day. And we Pidgey and Joe McDonald's, you burnt out dining room table. What was it all about?
Well, there was me and my brother lived together, and I had like John Douglas. I think Gary Peebles might remember and played with him at Linfield. He came back from Rangers, and my mate John Bamford. 4 of us lived together in a bungalow in my house, but we had a big, massive back garden. But as long as it wasn't raining, we would have sat out in the back garden and had a wee drink or something, and just a wee carry and played football or something, because it was bigger. It was like 5-a-side pits, the back garden, and there was the neighbours couldn't see. It was great, loads of privacy. But maybe this started off with maybe start a wee fire, put a few stones around, start burning some of the trees around. I had a chainsaw, we're cutting the trees down, us, a few drinks. So then that stone got bigger, them stones got bigger and bigger. Then we had no stones, so it was just cut branches down, throw them all in and everything else. So this became a tradition at our house, and a lot of people used to maybe come out of the bars and clubs and go, come on up to Feeney's house, there's bound to be something on. But they used to all come up, maybe 15, 20 people, sitting out the back. As I said, we were doing no harm. We had the fires under control, and the neighbours couldn't hear us. It was great. But gradually people got carried away. Andy Coleman, for being one, used to come in. Maybe there was a few girls there and stuff, and maybe the girls ended up somewhere that they had to take their clothes off. So Andy Coleman would have been running around, lifting their clothes, throwing them into the fire. And then throwing them into the fire, and then the girls are coming on and out going, where's my clothes? And then they were going mad because it was our house, and then I was going, oh. But Andy Coleman was a good lad. You had him at Newry there. He's another character. But he was a great man for burning clothes in the fire. And I think what happened was we got him back there and we burned his clothes one time, his boots and stuff. But I know what there's them days.
And we Joe McDonald told a story about the time. Do you remember he went missing for 4 days, and stupidly he phoned Big Gavin Holly, the taxi driver, to bring them down.
Yeah.
Then he phoned me and he says, "Give Jerry a ring now." 2 days the night before the game, he was in the squad, and they ended up putting him on the list.
Him and Pidgey came down to my house, and then they were half cuts then. I had to start drinking. And then we ended up sitting out my back, and then I had like old kitchen tables and all sitting there because I was getting new furniture. I said, lift that kitchen table, we'll cut it all down, and that's when we threw it all in the fire.
I'm glad
normally
you're
when some
life, you know.
Yeah. Normally
Here, Gary, do you remember John Douglas? Do you remember Dougie?
I remember the name. I can't say I spent any time with him or that, but I do remember the name.
Yeah, I think he might have come in at the tail end of you, but he was a couple of years before me when I came back. He would have been 95, 96 maybe, I don't know, 96, 97.
I was at Portadown at that point.
Oh, was it? But he was a madman too.
He must have been, if you're calling him a madman.
He was actually on Sky News there on Saturday for doing that cross community for COVID-19 in Belfast. Did you see it? No.
No.
It was in Sky News. He was in the. He works closely with the youth community. He's a youth worker, but he was in the Protestant side, and his co-worker was on the Catholic side, and they were talking about how equal everybody is now because of this COVID-19. Like, we're all the same. Enough religion shouldn't matter. So, no, he's doing well for himself. He's a youth worker. He talks to me like a politician now every time I'm on the phone to him. Wise up.
Yeah, but Feeney, it has out of the COVID-19. You think about it. You've Michelle from Sinn Féin and Arlene. They've agreed on 3 things for the first time ever. You know, who would have believed Christmas Day's on the 25th of December and Tuesday is after Monday? You know, after all these years.
It puts things into perspective. It really does. Like, I always said that something disastrous will bring us together, and that's probably what's happening.
Yeah,
I think it allows you to take stock of your life and go, you know, you're living such a fast-paced life. You're always looking for the next adventure, the next night out, the next holiday, and this is just gives you a chance to sit down and go, life can you just calm yourself down a wee bit and just enjoy it a wee bit more, and don't feel you need to put yourself under that much pressure.
Yeah, you're right. We've all time to think about it now because life has stopped. It had stopped for most of us anyway. But
it is bringing families together as well, communities together. So there's more, you know, this clapping a Thursday night at 8 o'clock, the whole community's out, everybody's cheering. Yeah. It just feels like back to the 70s when people were, you know, the neighbours, you could leave your door open and vice versa. It just feels that kind of sense of community is back.
Here, and it's not bad people are actually coming on listening to me and Jerry Flynn. You couldn't make it up.
And then when this is over, we'll hate each other again.
Aye, well.
Here, Fino, I had Liam McDonald on saying, what about the night you stayed in his house?
Oh, flip me. This fella, Gary, he's a Newry fan. And he always came to our games. He's a lovely fella, but he's very opinionated. He would be very Republican, but he's a really good lad. And he was good friends with all the Newry players, Protestants, from Sandy Road, Shankill, everything. He got on well. This one night I was in Newry, a few of my mates, and my mates were home, and I says, I'm staying with wee Liam here. I haven't seen him in ages. Didn't have a few pounds. I was trying to get a taxi home about 2 or 3 in the morning. And Liam goes, come on, stay at my house. I says, I might as well, mate. I can't get a taxi. So went up to his house. Way in the lovely house and all. His mum lives with his mum upstairs. He says, way into my bedroom. There was 2 beds in his bedroom. I don't know why. But anyway, in this bedroom. And I'm not joking you, it was like a Bobby Sands memorial the whole way around the house. It was long cash, everything, all these IRA figures all around the bedroom and all. Celtic fanatic he is. And I sat there and he goes, when I woke up in the morning, he goes, did you notice all them posters and all that? He goes, like, I'm not joking you, Jerry will tell you, he's a fanatic. He's a fanatic. He's actually he's a singer now, doing the rebel music, but he's good. I listen to him all the time. He's my friend. I'm easy going. It won't bother me, but listen, it took me into the bedroom and there was posters everywhere. I'm not joking you, I didn't know where it was.
Collie, see, every time we were away, whether it was in Liverpool or over in Spain, and I have about 5 or 6 beers, I used to get him in the ear and he used to go, Minto, the Gaffer's having to go again. I used to want to just shake him. You know, if he had my determination and courage and all the stuff that I had, he'd have been playing in probably Italy, never mind the Premiership.
It's amazing. It's amazing now. The penny dropped on me when I was about 30. I think the penny dropped on me when I was 30, playing junior football and local football and everything else. And then I took over management. And then I'm just so specific. I'm grinding everything out of the players. I'm making sure they're eating healthy. I says, look, I can't see what you're eating, but if any of you are posted stuff on Facebook from Thursday to Friday of eating crap food, you aren't playing for me on Saturday. Just planting a wee seed in their head. I can't stop them at intermediate football, what they eat and everything else, but I was trying to get that wee extra out of them. Training, everything high tempo. If you were off it and training, you weren't playing on Saturday. So I was just so specific in everything I was doing. I had no shortcuts. Everything was, I could see if anyone was cheating in training because maybe my experience of maybe someone taking it easy or trying to take a shortcut. But the penny dropped to about 30, 31, and now I'm so driven in football. Like I'm not joking. I know people would laugh at it now, but I'm doing my A license here now in July, and I aim to go as high as I can in management. I've had a bit of experience managing, and then I was assistant manager with Warren last year at Ards, and then I'm actually meant to be in Bulgaria with Warren at the minute as his assistant manager, but the Bulgarian FA wouldn't let me in because you're not allowed in the dugout unless you have an A license. So that got held up, but I'm determined to get it and try and go as far as I can in management. But all them regrets I've had in football, I can use that there as a manager, I think, and as a coach. And I'll it could be regrets, but it could be better for the best.
You're the ultimate poacher turned gamekeeper, and you know all the moves that the boys are making.
That's what's the old saying Jerry used to say, you can't kid it, or you can't bluff a bluffer.
Can't call it.
Yeah, there you are.
That was the time remember Colin came into training and he said he fell out of the attic, but they were living in a bungalow.
Yes.
I think it's that old saying where, if you knew then what you know now, you're speaking earlier there, Feeney, about over to Rangers, and I could just imagine young boy from North Island, probably a massive Rangers fan. You go in, you're in awe of the quality of players that Rangers had. Your head's away. You're thinking, I've made it, I'm here. And if somebody, as you said, had took you aside and went, here, this is what you eat, this is how you live your life, take 2, 3, 4 years of real hard graft, make your name in the game, establish yourself, then there's time to enjoy yourself, relax, have a beer. You wouldn't be the first player, and you'll not be the last player who has got all the talent in the world. And we can all sit here and say, I played with this one and that one, and I can't believe he didn't make it. But what you're doing now is you're hopefully taking your experience and you're going to support young players at 16, 17 and give them that benefit of that knowledge. And hopefully 1 or 2 of them will go on and be the Lee Feeney that, of 20 years ago.
Exactly, Gary. I don't. When I was managing, I kept reminding my players of the failure I was and the regrets I had and how much it hurt me. And as you said, it's a short career. You've plenty of time afterwards to go and do what you have to do. But I kept preaching that to my players. I says, look, I'm the biggest failure as a player, but I'm not going to be a failure as a manager, and I don't want you letting me fail or help me fail. And I can see you are kidding yourselves, and I don't want you having regrets. Because, as I say, after 32 years of age, you have many years afterwards to go drinking your Friday nights or not having the commitment that you need to have as a player. But you're right. But that all it takes is someone to guide you that way.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's probably guys, Jerry, I watched Jerry's stories and they're really funny and they're really interesting, but just try to pick up some of his background. He went to Hull City and didn't really work out, and sometimes you get disillusioned, you come back to the Irish League, and then maybe 2 or 3 years into the Irish League, you're part of the group, and actually going out Saturday night seems like a great thing. If he'd maybe stuck out at Hull City, he might have ended up leaving Hull City and going to a Crewe Alexandra or a Cambridge, and then he could have made himself a good career in the English League and where it would have went. And the amount of players that have come back from England to Northern Ireland who've always been at a decent club, but maybe didn't work out because they didn't have that person that put their arm around their shoulder or felt lonely or whatever it may well be, and they could probably look back with hindsight and say, I should have done this and that.
Yeah.
Like, I used to give you a hard time. It was just the natural and talent, and when I used to have the few beers and you go, Mento, have a word with him again, he's at it again.
A good manager should talk to me when you're sober.
That was the problem. Every time I went away, we were never sober.
It was always me and you sitting together, wasn't it? Laughing at the rest of them.
What about the time I took you out in trial with you and Colin? Do you remember, out to Spain?
Yes.
And like everyone says, they go on to drink all the time, but we actually didn't. Do you remember Colin went to bed early one night? And but I remember Kenny Brown, who played for West Ham, was manager of the team. Yeah. And I'm sitting up in the stand with him, but it was more, there's a wee guy from Limavady, I can't remember his name, he actually tweeted on Twitter there the other week, but me and Kenny are sitting in the stand and Feeney's down. He took the warm-up. Now, everyone was Spanish apart from them three, and they were all in stitches at him doing the warm-up. Me and Kenny's going, what's he saying to them? I says, I haven't a clue. You remember? Feeney had them all in stitches. And then he hits this ball with the outside of his right foot one time, and Kenny just went, oh, he couldn't believe it. But 40-yard ball right on the path. And then typical Cullen. Cullen's one of the best tacklers I've ever seen. Boy comes through, he absolutely cuts him in half, and was in like a trial match.
Do you know what happened there? Do you know what happened there? Jerry took us over to this 3rd Division Spanish team, and we went and trained with them. We're doing them rondos, no one in the middle. You had to try and get the ball off them. And we could not get the ball. Say I was in the middle, I could not get the ball off. And the way they were knocking that ball about, it was unbelievable. I looked over at the other square, and Colin was in the middle as well. Couldn't get the ball off him. I'm not joking you, the pace, the tempo, everything. What happened was with Colin, I was in the middle of one, Colin was in the middle of the other, and we could not get the ball, and the sweat dripping off us, the heat, everything. I was going, my goodness, what are we into here? We're not good enough for this level. This is crazy. This is 3rd Division Spain. Imagine what the Premier's like. Getting the ball, done a few training drills, then went in the 9-a-side game. And since we were in the 9-a-side game, they didn't want to know, they hadn't a clue. Colin was getting physical at centre back, shrugging their big centre forwards, a big prima donna, give me the ball and all, knocking it off, and Colin's shouldering and late, and he was going, ah. But anyway, and I was making runs beyond. Me and Colin were running the show, that's the truth, Jerry, I'll tell you.
That's right, 100%.
They didn't know how to go into a game situation. Keeping the ball, they were brilliant. But see, when it came to maybe having the hunger to make a run or getting physical or positional sense or decision making, they were just no good at it. But technically, they were very, very good. But that was the difference.
Yeah.
Gary, we'll have to ask you about your famous celebration. I used to hate seeing it.
Yes.
At Windsor Park, watching Clivenville. Oh, here he goes again.
Yes.
Oh, again, there's always a wee story behind that. I'd signed in the summer of '93 and started really well. And then we went through a wee dip probably in September. I think we lost a couple of games. And again, because we were coming in from Scotland, we were high profile, we were getting a few pounds. So the expectation level was so much higher. So we played the Glens in it was a quarter final of a cup at Windsor. We were getting beat 1-0 and we got a corner. Last minute, 88th minute, 89th minute, the ball came to me and I kind of turned and I've just hooked it, bottom corner. And I think I ran the length of Windsor and then I just put my jersey on my head just instinctively, no way any real, where did it come from? And that just stuck and it just became the norm. And then, fortunately for me, I'd done it many, many times, which was great. But I became a bit of a cult figure because of that, you know, and that just became the expectation that every time I scored, I had to do that, and the punters were looking for it. So I kind of played into that, and that helped me settle. And that goal probably turned. And then I think from that game, we went on the 33-game unbeaten run. So that was the story behind that against Glentoran, which is always good to score against them. I used to have a habit. Jerry will tell you as well. I used to have a habit of scoring against Cliftonville, quarter final of the cup. Scored in the league against them. Glentoran used to score against them. I was always good at popping up with a goal against the teams that probably Linfield had the biggest rivalry with.
See, for a midfielder, the goals you scored was brilliant, phenomenal. The number of goals I learned, your determination, your hunger to get into that box. I learned when I was 17. I was playing for Ards. First time I was doing centre midfielder with Raymond Morrison. And he taught me, we nuts, he played for Glentoran, Gary might know him. But he taught me, he said to me, Lee, every time I get in that box, I make sure 9 out of 10 times I get in the end of it. I might slice it over the bar, I might miss-hit it, or I might hit the keeper. But I always make sure when I make that run in the box, 9 times out of 10, I get in the end of them crosses. Like Lampard did and stuff like that there. But Gary was exactly the same. He was brilliant at it. For the goals he scored, important goals, and his hunger and desire to get into that 5-yard sprint to get ahead of whoever it was. Brilliant.
Too many players don't take the chance, Fino. You know what I mean? If you don't get in the box, you know, the thing is you might go in 10 times, you might only connect 2 or 3, but they 2 or 3, you might get 1 goal, you might get 2 goals. Sometimes midfield, they just want to keep their shape and not take that chance. It's like wingers. The left back, if Jerry's going up wide left and he's crossed it in, I want the wide right guy in at the back post. I don't want the wide guy out in the 18-yard box thinking, should I go, should I not go? Take a chance. If you don't take a chance, you're never going to score. So I just
100%.
Yeah. And
Gary, you mentioned the player earlier. Was it Paul McGee?
Maggots.
He was at Coventry and stuff, wasn't he?
Do you know, and this isn't a criticism of Paul, but Paul got brought in. I think Trevor spent something like 55, 60 grand on him for Wimbledon. And Paul had a reasonable career in England. I don't personally, I'd never heard of him, but he came in, and I think there was then the temptation that Trevor had to play him. And to be honest, he just didn't look Linfield class. And I'm just going to be honest there. He's a cracking guy, he had a great personality, but he just struggled. And
I remember, Gary, it was the night we actually played for Cliville against Linfield at Windsor, and he was on the bench, and I can't remember who was manager, but they ended up putting the reserve goalkeeper on.
Was that not at the Oval? Was that not at the Oval? Andy Caldwell they brought on. I was in the squad that day. They brought Andy Caldwell
because it was against Cliftonville, and he brought him on, put the sub-keeper on instead of him up front. And that was him. You know, after that, I don't think he ever kicked another ball for Linfield.
I don't actually think you're absolutely right, Jerry, and that just probably sums it up. He was a lovely guy. He came with a big price tag, but he was nowhere near the class of Desi or Haylock or Philip Nell or Richie Johnson or any of the guys that were coming in the kind of periphery. And it was £55,000-60,000 waste of money, to be honest.
Here,
it's not his fault. Sure, it's not.
You must have a story there about Desi. He was some boy, the Hawk.
Desi was, you know, he was like the Frank Wellington of the Irish League, wasn't he? You know, he was a bit of a playboy. He loved a night out. He loved a cigarette. He just had a laid-back attitude. But I tell you what, you put him on a footer park, he could play.
Oh, incredible.
He was quick. He was technically good. He had a wee bit of devilment in him. And over and above that, he was an unbelievably good lad. You know what I mean? He's just a good lad. Yeah. Everybody loved him. For somebody with Desi's background to go to Linfield and be held in the esteem and the regard that he's held in, along with Pat Fenlon, is nothing short of remarkable. You know, absolutely superb. Great guy.
Gary reckons there's a load of boys in the Shankill called Desi after him.
Do you know, I wouldn't actually disagree with you. Honestly, he's a character. He loved the night out. You know, I said Frank Wellington. Obviously, the older people in they'll watch this will recognise who I'm talking about. But he was that type. He just had flair. He had everything. He just loved a pint. He loved a fag. But I tell you what, you put him in a footer park, he produced the goods.
They could score goals.
Some player. They see the goal. We played Carrick in the '95 Irish Cup final, and I think Dornan plays it up the line, and he back flicks it by the Carrick forward and just sprints, whips a ball in, right to the Haylock, pinpoint header, bottom corner. What a goal! But Desi made it, just pure ability.
Yeah. And you would have played with him at Newry as well. He would have been down at Newry when you ended up after Porta.
Yeah, he was at Newry because him and Joe Rice were school buddies. They went to school together and grew up together, so they were really tight. And obviously Trevor had went, and that's the irony in the whole thing, Jerry, is Trevor was part of the management team that let me go to Portadown, but couldn't wait to sign me for Newry. I met them in a hotel in Glasgow, and they were offering all sorts of money to get me to sign for Newry. We're starting this revolution, and we want you to be the main character. Desi's on board. We want you, with your experience. We'll give you this, we'll give you that, we'll do this, we'll do that. 3 years before that, he could have get me out the door at Linfield. You know what I mean? So
just shows you.
Just shows you. But Desi, again, he was great for Newry. He was a character, and he had the experience. And for all his cigarettes and his drinking and that, he played till he was about 38-year-old.
Yeah, that's right.
He actually went to Banbridge thereafter.
He did. Feeney probably played. Yeah, Feeney probably played with him. He was at Banbridge for a while, weren't you, Feeney?
Big Davy Jeffries was giving his team talk, and we're all sitting there chatting, giving the team talk, and we're all sitting there ready for this, and he's getting us all motivated and stuff. Then next friggin' no knocks or nothing. the army comes in with the sniffer dogs, in through the change room, in round the change room, sniffing all the bags in the changing room. And we're going like, I think they're in the wrong changing room here. It should be up. They just interrupted Big Davy Jeffries' team talk, and I thought Davy was going to go mad, and Big Davy started hugging him, giving him a pat on the back and shaking their hands. Thank you, man, on you go. But I remember that game, it was very hostile. But I tell you, as you said, Simba, we get clapped coming in and everything else. And it was great. It was hostile before. During the game, everything was grand, and afterwards.
Brilliant.
See, when I tell people,
was it 1-each?
It might have been. I think Big Winky Murphy scored for the Blues, I think.
See, when I tell people back home, they'll ask me about my time in the Irish League, and I tell them about Cliftonville and how they used to, I think they used to all get kind of gathered at the Milltown Cemetery over the motorway through into no man's land.
Yeah.
Close the gates, open the gates into Midgley, close the gates into the Spee on Cop, and then next minute the Union Jacks would come out and just get burnt. You try to play the game and concentrate in the game, and me not being used to this, I'm looking about going, what the is happening here? But the atmosphere was unreal.
Yeah.
It just added to the occasion, but you actually heard them bring them through and get them into the stadium and then get them back again to keep people safe. It's just crazy.
We were herded like cattle.
Fair play. I loved all that. I loved it all. As long as nobody got hurt, I loved the drama and everything in the stands and everything that came with it, and the wee bit of passion that fans used to give. And I don't think it's there anymore. I really don't. I think it's taken away.
Have to agree with you. You're being in Solitude now, even when the Blues come or Glentoran, it's not the same. The atmosphere is nowhere near as good.
I mean, I've not been there for a long time, as you know, but just reading between the lines, there doesn't seem to be the characters. Every club had 3 or 4 characters that were, profile was good. There was the attitude in the games. There was, you don't seem to see that nowadays. I don't know what it is, whether it's just the generational thing, but back then, every club had 1 or 2, 3 real good characters.
Yeah.
Everybody loved to hate or just loved,
Like when Clifton had Marty Quinn and the Blues would have had the Bald Eagle. And, there's all sorts of Billy Casket, the Glens, all big sort of profile players. And good players, as you say, too, Gary.
Absolutely.
I agree. No disrespect to the players that are playing in the Irish League now or anything like that, but character's a big thing that the supporters want to see, and the neutrals maybe want to get interested in football. Somebody who's got an image, or somebody who has them goal celebrations, or somebody who has that wee streak in them in the pitch that hits them tackles. I think that's all gone. Everyone's more like robots nowadays, and they're playing a certain style, certain system. There's no individual players. I think that's football, not just Irish League. I think everywhere. That's the way it is.
It's back to what happened to you at Rangers. Fino, you went away as probably one of the most skillful players I'd ever seen and come back with that knocked out of you. And Jerry, you said the same about Hull. You would have been quite an attacking fullback. Next thing you were told to hoof the ball over the top and just keep doing it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, but it's, as Fino alluded to there, even TikTok, you wouldn't have had that back in our day, Fino or Gary, would you?
Oh, I know.
Still don't know what it is.
Gary, I have to ask you about your friend John Hillcott, who played with you at St Mirren. What was the crack there?
Well, me and Hilly, he's a few years younger than me, but when I was there, he was my boot boy. So he looked after my boots. He was in the YTS. So everything else, you're always at the wind up. So one of the ones we used to do was, we used to play, back then you didn't have great training facilities, so it was basically turn up at training, get your kit on, and then see what spare bit of ground was available to go and play. So most bits of ground had the usual dog shit on them. So we used to play crossing and finishing, get the old ball, rub it in the dog shit, put it down, cross it in, Billy would come with the gloves, or the centre forward win with the head, full of shit. Well, just things like that, just for a bit of banter, They were good days. He was a great lad. He works in here. He's the education manager. He's a great lad. Had a great career in Scotland. Played with a number of clubs. So you find in the line of work that I do, there's loads of ex-pros, because, as you know, most football players are confident. you know, they've got a wee bit of personality, good sense of humour. They connect well with young people. They come from the areas that a lot of the young people come from.
Yeah.
And they can relate to some of the behaviours and some of the issues that they've had growing up that we all had back in the day, you know.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Here, just talking about characters, what about Minto? Tell us about Minto, Feeney. Absolute legend.
Definitely. All-round good guy, great personality, can be young when he wants to, he can be old when he wants to. He could go into a bar and sit with an 80-year-old and feel in place. He can go to a bar and sit with an 18-year-old and feel in his place. He's got the adapting personality, and he's very humorous, and he's a great person, as I said, and a great football man, and what a player he was too. I think I had the pleasure of playing against him a few times. But no, I only really met him through Jerry, and straight away we hit it off. Jerry brought in Mental, and he brought in Stephen Beattie. The Gary knows Triggers, another great lad.
Big Bob Beattie, good lad.
Yeah,
Great
and
lad.
we had a great backroom staff, and as a player, I think it's important that you have coaching staff you can trust and you want to try and win for. Like them three boys were three great people that we had, and it was a pleasure to play under them.
You were the only one we let come into our room for a wee cup of tea. Fino used to come into our room and see what the crack was, see who was getting fined. Or do you remember the time I fined Cullen 2 weeks and you came in and said, Jerry, he'll not eat for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to turn it into a $5 fine instead of 2 weeks' wages.
Yeah. Just as you say out there, I remember when I come home from Rangers and I signed for Linfield. And our first game, done pre-season, and our first game was away to Stabback or something in the European Cup or one of them European games. And we got beat 4-0 in Oslo in Norway. We got beat 4-0, but when we went out that night for a few beers, the manager says, look, go and have a few beers, make sure you're back for 1 o'clock. I never come back to 7:30 in the morning. Me and another player, I'll not name his name, but me and another player come home. We met a local girl and she brought us back to her house, and we were playing the piano in her house and all drinking and everything else. We come back at 7:30 in the morning. I got fined 2 weeks' wages. He got fined a week's wages. I got fined 2 weeks before he even got paid at the club. I was minus. It was
Brilliant. So lads, this is going to be a regular feature. I want your famous 4-ball, dead or alive. Go ahead. Where you go, Gary?
Okay, well, I'm going to go with Paul Weller. I'm an old mod at heart. You know, I drive a 1964 scooter.
That's
love
right.
my mod scene. Love Paul Weller, love the jam. So I'd need Weller there for the music and just to bug him about the jam and how they formed and everything. Then I'd have to have Billy Connolly. Go to Billy Connolly. You know, funniest guy in the world. You know, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And then I would have Maradona, greatest football player that's ever lived. I mean, he went to Napoli with a pub team.
Yeah.
You know, he went in. It's like Jerry going to Newry and winning the Irish League. It's not going to happen. It happened at Napoli. So Maradona would be there. Plus, he's got obviously all the stories. And then I went for a kind of left field. I went Abraham Lincoln. I quite like my American history. I love going to American holiday, and I love the fact that he was the president when they abolished slavery, and the history that goes with Lincoln is really phenomenal. So that would be my 4-ball, and then I would just sneak in and listen and ask questions and be 4 different class guys.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, Gary. Over to you, Fino.
Mine would be Donald Trump. I love him. I'm only winding Jerry up because Jerry doesn't like him on at all. No, mine would be less glamorous, but I'm telling you what a laugh I would have. I would have my cousin. The reason I'm saying these 4 is because these would be the 4. Us 4 go out golfing all the time, and by the time we get the 18th hole, I'm sore stomach laughing. We're buckled over. We fell out with each other. We've wound each other up until there's fights. There's golf clubs getting thrown. But anyway, the 4 boys that I pick is my cousin Warren Feeney. Obviously, Warren played for Northern Ireland and all. My mate John Douglas, who played for Linfield, was at Rangers. and another mate, John Bamford. He played for Bangor and stuff in the Irish League. Now, us four would go out all the time golfing, and we wind each other up. If you hit a bad shot, we'd laughing and rolling over, where other golfers would be going, unlucky, unlucky. There's no sympathy with us, and it's like mental strength. Do not let him wind you up. If he hit a bad shot, I'd be going, yes. I wouldn't want him to hear, but I do want him to hear, and that's the way we operate. But that there, every time I go golfing with them boys, it gets better and better. But they would be the four, but less glamorous than obviously Gary's fantastic four there, because I love the way he says I would love to nip in and listen to them and ask them questions, because I'd be the same there. You would learn a lot off them four boys that Gary mentioned.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, lads, this has been fantastic, and Jerry and I are so appreciative of your time, and thanks very much. And maybe get you two on again.
Really appreciate the offer, guys. I'll be keeping in touch, and fingers crossed that it starts to growing. Good things in the future for you.
Thanks, smashing, Gary. Really appreciate, Gary. Thank you, and hopefully, let me know the next time you plan to visit Spain, and we're trying to get a boys on the banter and beer next year. So you've been more than welcome to come along if you want to make it.
No, we appreciate that.
Fino.
Absolute pleasure being on with you, Gary.
You too, Fino. Take care. Fingers crossed for a good management career.
All the best.
Cheers, guys.
See you later, Fino. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.